turn on your notification bell, you will still get those information you are looking for.
Court reserves ruling on the application of the federal government to continue to keep the leader of the IPOB in detention. Yes, the appeal court sitting in Abuja have reserved judgment on the application brought by the Abubakar Malami, the AGF, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice in Nigeria, to stop the implementation or the execution of the order of the appeal court that discharged and acquitted Nnamdi. So on Monday, the court, sat and had both the arguments from both sides. They had the argument from both sides. So of course the counsel to AGF, that's the counsel to Attorney General of the Federation, talking about the Kanu'S, he prayed the court for a stay of execution against the judgment of the appeal court. He said it is an application that is brought essentially in the interest of justice and the need to preserve the security of the nation. He said particularly in the southeast. According to him, Nnamdi is a flight risk who had jumped bail. He said the Honorable Court has to grant the application as prayed. And he said one of the grounds of the application touches on the national security of Nigeria. He also added that the counter affidavit they fired by Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer has no bearing on the case before the court. You understand? So he said if the leader of the injured people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, is discharged, he said it will be very difficult for them to be able to lay their hands on the leader of the IPOB to bring him to face charges of the offenses against him. According to him, there is reasonable intelligence report from security agencies that the enforcement of the judgment of this court may impact negatively on the already declining security situation in the southeast. But Mike Ozekome SAN, in his argument, dismissed the application, asked the appellate court to dismiss the application with ignominy. Yes, with ignominy. So he said, this court has made a pronouncement. In fact, the purpose of this application is to overrule the judgment of this court, as they boasted. Even if a judgment is wrong, no party has a right to say, I will not obey it. That's the statement of Ozekome. He said then, it is forbidden to stay execution in a criminal matter because it is like stopping the liberty of a person. Ozekome said that the release of Onyendu will bring peace to the southeast and Nigeria at large, as against Kanu'S argument that Nnamdi Kanu's release will exacerbate the security situation in the southeast. But ruling on the application, the submissions of both counsel, Justice Haruna S. held that ruling on the state of execution application is reserved. They said the justice said ruling is reserved. When it is ready, I will notify counsels. That's what the judge said. That's what the judge said. So, which means this ruling has been reserved. But look at what the argument there. You see, the Kanu'S is arguing that Onyendu's release will cause problem to the national security, more so to the southeast region. You see, and Ozekome said it is not true, that it will bring peace to the southeast, and that is true. And that is true, we have said it, that the federal government is trying to cause confusion in this country. They are about winding up their administration and they want to leave Nigeria in pieces and in tatters. They met Nigeria in a very fragile, in a peaceful atmosphere, though the peace was fragile because Nigeria have never been in peace. It's a fragile peace. But as we're speaking, the level of unity and everything in Nigeria now has gone worse. There's no unity. The disunity is everywhere. Defending my ethnicity, defending where I come from, my region. That's what people are talking about now. Nobody in this country is talking about Nigeria. We are all talking about ethnicity, where I come from. And that shows that this government have succeeded in bringing disunity in this country more than ever. We know that there's never been unity in Nigeria. All we have been doing is pretending that we are one, whereas we are not. All right? So, but what we are seeing now in Buhari's regime is a case where people are almost going to their tents. Oh, Israel. So what are we still doing? Forcing ourselves to stay together. So this government want to bring more confusion and imbroglio by continuing to, toy with the the fragile peace in Nigeria, and detaining Onye Ndumo after the appeal court judgment that set him free of all the frivolous charges they have preferred against him. And so that's what Ozekome is arguing, that it will bring peace. His release will bring peace not only in Nigeria, but more so to his own region, where he comes from, where he has said, for his continued detention in a DSS facility and his torture, the people of the Southeast, the Igbos, the Biafrans, and others have been reacting in various ways. And we cannot tell people how to react when they are being persecuted, pushed to the wall. They can react in many ways. The IPOB is not responsible for the way and means the way people will have been reacting. And the IPOB will not be held responsible if people continue to react in diverse ways. They are human beings. IPOB can only advise them to remain calm and be peaceful. But IPOB has no police or army that will start pursuing people. And of course, the people you are trying to pursue, they are human beings. They have right to express their feelings. When they are being persecuted, when they are being pushed to the wall, government has failed to do what the court have said. They are disobeying the law. Who then do you want to obey the law then? Who are you forcing to obey the law? That's the problem we have in this country. If government have disobeyed the law, it then means we're in a lawless place, and people will begin to do whatever they like. And so government has set the precedence for people to disobey the law of the land. As simple as that. So that is what we are saying. It is now obvious that the government of Nigeria has set a precedence, a very bad one, for people to continue to disobey the law of the land. It's a very bad thing. People don't understand what is happening and what the government is doing. How then do you tell others to obey the laws, whereas you, who is the custodian of the law, is not obeying it? So it is a very big problem in Nigeria as we are speaking now. Okay? So the judge was actually trying to be, neutral. But you cannot be neutral in this kind of issue. That's what the judge is trying to do. You must deliver judgment. You must say something about the stay of execution order brought in by the Malami and his cohorts to the court. So it's no issue of trying to sit on the fence. The court cannot sit on the fence. The court must make pronouncement on this issue, on who is right or who is wrong. That's the job of the court. Not say we reserve judgment. Till when? When are you going to deliver judgment on that? So they don't want to act the public. They don't want to act the international community. They don't want to provoke the anger of the people of Nigeria by saying that, by granting the stay of execution order brought by the AGF. Of course, this criminal, execution, stay of execution order, yes, it's criminal to subvert the will of the people as the court have declared. Of course. And so Ozekome said, even if the judgment of the court was wrong, provided the court have made that pronouncement, it is bound. The government is duty bound to obey it. The people who are concerned, they are duty bound to obey it. And hence the court have made the judgment. Yes. That is why they are institution of government. As simple as that. So you have right to go and appeal in the Supreme Court, but before then, you must obey. After obeying, then you can go and appeal. That's what we have been saying. And that is it.